I'm Margaret Windsor. I just put up a video again, and I didn't get to complete it. The reason that I'm doing this one, I was kidnapped from Buckingham Palace and brought to Moulton, Alabama, Lawrence County, which is near Huntsville, Alabama, where Redstone Arsenal, Army Command, and NASA began in the, well, I'm sure it began before, but it began in Huntsville, and is still really controlled out there, I suppose. I even worked for the District Attorney Simpson there in '80 after I had antifreeze put in me. I'd written a medical malpractice book about Larry McDonald, Congressman, Doctor, murders of Dr. Warren, Rosanna Matthews, and I could go on and on. I've done that on other tapes. The reason I put this one is certain murders were done in patterns. I was writing about them in the medical malpractice book. I did from '76 till they put antifreeze in April Fool Day of '80. I was illegally carried across the state line where I worked for District Attorney, Madison County, Fred Simpson. Next job I had was for Doyle Duke, the Golden Triangle. He was former CIA. He was a good guy, by the way, and Clarice, and I won't say her last name. She was good. She was CIA. Anyway, the Duke of Windsor was supposed to have abdicated, married Wallace Simpson, so you can get it, which was a lie. Now, this is the double that married Wallace. 99 years still on it. My father's was called David. He's Edward VIII. And my father married Georgia O'Keeffe's sister. That's my Aunt Georgia. My mom is Claudia O'Keeffe. And I'm going through this again. This is my mom. And this is Georgia. And this is the O'Keeffe genealogy. So, and this is Elizabeth, who's living good off of my money and giving away. She's a traitor. She should be held before a world court. Problem is the Illuminati Freemasons that she's a member of. People that kidnapped me, her father helped. They control the war tribunal in the Netherlands. By the way, the Netherlands is one of my relatives is queen there. This is George, my uncle, who sold out, his brother, kidnapped me. It was illegal to take down 99-year seal. I'm Victoria II, heir to the British Crown. This is Roosevelt, who appointed Joe Kennedy, JFK's father. Now, JFK and his older brother were actually at the embassy and lived there during my kidnapping in '41 and prior. And all you have to do is look at all the illegal treaties that were signed and who really came into power right after then when the war started and all that. War was ongoing. So I could keep trying to give background, and I'll use up. This was the family where I was taken in Moulton. It was a big sty. So this is glossed over. There was no cars and all of it. I was brought there in '41. These are mind control murders. This is next door, Virginia Tech. He's a psychiatrist, Fort Hood shooter. He was programmed to shoot. This is Aurora, Colorado, James Holmes, being treated for a non-existent illness. He's not insane. He's a victim of mind control. Larry Flint. Flew me out during a campaign to replace Congressman Larry McDonald, doctor, that I wrote about and had the antifreeze put in me later. And Mr. Flint said I knew who was responsible for a shooting in Lawrenceville, Georgia. There again, they took me to Lawrence County, Alabama, and he shot in Lawrenceville, Georgia, and his name is Larry or Lawrence Flint. And Larry McDonald is Larry or Lawrence McDonald. Now, I'm trying to show you the patterns the best I can. This is someone I met just before I was flown out to Flint's in '83. This is, he was a German diplomat when this happened. This is Jens Zoring, the diplomat's son. And he and Elizabeth Haysom were tried in Bedford County. And everybody that's next door to me here, they knew that mind control was used in it, and they knew the whole thing. In fact, I lived on the Appalachian Trail during that time when they brought them. They ran to England after the murders. They're in prison for murdering her parents, Nancy and Derek Haysom. And Jens is a diplomat son, and he's in Buckingham, Virginia State Prison, Dillwyn. I'm not going to go into that anymore. I'm just going to go to this, or I'll use up another tape, and I don't get it out. The twins, I was given the name of twin, Peggy Ann Dempsey. I married a Childers, and Carl was the other twin, both of them killed by their mother, and this family covered it up. Abused me in ways you can't even believe. But anyway, Irwin, when I got the birth certificates, finally got them back when 98, 99, they were altered. Because the birth date they'd given me and I grew up with and used all that time, school and all this, was January 7th, 39. Now, I get the birth certificates. Twins were born in 38, a total different year. Now, it came back. They've deliberately done this. It's illegal. I'm not showing you the real. I'm showing you a copy of the birth certificate for Carl. Now, they've changed written over it, which is illegal, to make it coincide with the date they gave me. This is Dr. Price Robert Irwin, IRWIN, who's, if you Google him, he's, and he may have been, I'm not going to comment, as far as I know he was okay, but he had to know about this. And I know his son Willard did, who's a doctor also. I know they knew about me and the things that happened, my real name. But what I wanted to get in here is, I got a letter also from the state of Alabama, Montgomery County, or Montgomery is the city capital where the certificates are sent from. And they even misspelled Dr. Irwin's name after saying he didn't get the right dates. And they put Dr. Irvin, I-R-V-I-N. You might think that's an accident. It's not. Both of them were deliberate. The doctor knew when he delivered the twins. Everybody around there knew that I replaced the twins and I'd been kidnapped. Now I wanted to get in the murder before one of the patterns. The bishop cook that just hit the bicyclist, Father Foer, she's the bishop. Her attorney's name is David, like in my father, King Edward VIII, they call him David, and Irwin is the doctor that that was there and delivered the twins, Peggy and Carl, and they kidnapped me and brought me in and gave me the name of Peggy. So I've tried to explain it, and there's more to it than that. My father, they call David. And I want to get to this one because it's a NASA. My son Mark's there after me. This is an old photograph, and then Scott. And as I say, I don't know where they are. This is one of the murders. This is the astronaut, Mark Kelly. He's a twin to Scott Kelly, both astronauts. And he was married to Gabby Gifford, who was a congresswoman. I just ran. And this is the Tucson, Arizona. 12 were killed there, mass shootings. And if you had the database here and you saw where the patterns and the timing synchronicity, is long past time for somebody to do something about it all, because if you had the patterns where the names and people came together, then programming has been going on since MK Ultra, and the now I'm going to lose his name. Tesla files, and nothing's funny. I do it to get to another day, hoping it's better. Back in 30, when they were stolen, you're getting into mind control and illnesses that can be cured way back then, or created. They can create an illness. So anyway, that's what I had to say. I wanted to bring in that, and it sounds simple. And I don't have all the names in it, but that one, I just put all of this on YouTube a few days ago about Dr. Irwin and this whole thing, misspelling of words, and it's like the Center for Disease Control. I put that on months ago, and then you had this whole fiasco about the Center for Disease Control, because I wrote about them in my book before I was given the antifreeze. And they're the very ones that created Ebola, and now they're saying they have been looking into it for 20 years. Heck, they created it. I tried to